and building a career as a cosplayer. So we'll get through the introductions and we'll start.
Yes.
We'll start.
Yay! So we won't have to talk to an empty room.
Oh my
Won't
gosh.
be an empty room. We're talking to people.
We're talking.
Um,
we're just gonna do lives, so. it's
Yeah,
fine.
so we're just gonna stream it and whatnot. So
Oh,
feel free to ask any questions you feel comfortable with. Okay?
we're live
Yes.
Yes.
on Instagram.
On Instagram. All right. So.
It's okay, you're not on camera.
Oh no.
Yeah.
The camera's facing us. Don't worry.
So I have to
Yeah.
be careful what I say.
Oh no!
No,
it's fine.
No.
There's literally a post like
We-
when,
We grown
Michelle-
ass adults.
Yes,
Yes.
we're adults. This is the adult side of the cosplay of the con.
Because I feel like
No,
we're
my
talking
primary
about
concern
talking
would concern me, I just sound stupid. 'cause-
No, no, you
Nailed
won't.
Yep. All right,
Okay,
so
you might.
that started. Did I go
Yep.
live?
Yep.
No, I did not.
No.
Can you hit the live button?
Yeah.
Thanks, Michelle. You are the best.
Or is it not live because there's no details?
No, you don't have to
It's
put details.
connected.
Oh,
It says there's no details.
it's saying
Connections. Did you connect to Wi-Fi?
Mhm. I know.
it might not
It might
allow
not be.
you.
That's annoying.
Without details? What does that mean?
No, without.
Without it being on a service.
Oh, it's trying.
Yeah, it's.
You can use my phone's Wi-Fi because mine is.
It's fine. It's
No,
on
it's good.
Wi-Fi now. It's just.
It just was that.
Okay, it says you're live. Okay,
Yeah, so we're good.
it worked. It was struggling.
Well, welcome in. I'm Todd Wayy. I'm an anime content creator and cosplayer from Houston, Texas, and I'm here with.
Regina Moretto. I am a podcaster. I do Anime While Black podcast, which is where we just talk about different animes that we're fans of and the whole weeb universe. So.
And I really appreciate y'all coming out to spend time with us for this panel for content creating and career building in cosplay. So let's get right into it. Do y'all have any questions?
I mean, how did you get started? Like,
Good question.
That's a good question.
That's
That's
a
the
good
way
story.
we open
The
up the floor.
backstory.
The backstory. For cosplay for me, getting into content creating is a little bit different. I had already started out content creating as far as doing like small video skits, maybe just some marketing things with some businesses, but never anything where in the content industry for cosplay. Cosplay came along with a friend named Casual Goo. He invited me out to a meetup, and a meetup is where cosplayers get together. I didn't know this. So I've always been a fan of anime, so I showed up and everybody was like wearing like costumes because I didn't know what cosplay was. And when I tell you COVID changed my life because March 14th of 2020, I did my first cosplay, which was Itachi from Naruto. So that was my first cosplay, and ever since then I've been hooked.
yeah, this was my first cosplay like 2 years ago, and I think I've perfected it to the point that I can. So
No,
Yeah.
you look great. And Friday the 13th vibes, I'm loving them. Blood and
Yes.
gore, that's
Oh,
what I'm
yeah.
talking
Yes.
about. Perfect
well,
character,
I have
by
a
the
bloody
way.
mask, but it has holes in it, so I can't.
Oh, I understand, I understand. Yeah, we
And
are in the
fashion.
pandemic,
Yeah.
kind of, right? I don't know what's happening anymore. We're just going
Got
through it.
blood.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
And the
wow, you
cosplay.
ready.
You came prepared. Yes.
Regina?
Well, this is my first cosplay ever. I've been kind of wanting to get into cosplay. TikTok inspired me, and I would see all these creators, and I'm like, this is so cool. But I was like, no, it's not for me. And I've been a fan of anime for years. And now, like, I started going to cons, and I would just dress up as me, as like an anime fan. So like a weeb t-shirt, and like, I don't know, usually I'm in goth, so like some plaid pants and whole thing. But then like, Bulma was like one of the characters that was requested by my fans because they know I don't particularly like
Oh
Dragon
my
Ball
God,
Z.
here you go. Hey, we're not going to do any Dragon Ball slander.
Fine.
Hey, lie.
But I like-
Please understand.
I like Bulma, so I like Dragon Ball Z. I just outgrew it. So yeah, so I'm actually digging Bulma. I'm cosplaying as her today, and I'm probably gonna start creating content as her and building how I interpret her and like what I like about her character, pulling that into how, because of course when we cosplay, we're picking characters most of the time that resonate with us. Like I'm loading up Kakigori cosplays, like with Yumiko Jabami. I identify with that character so much. So that's what I think is where people should start, is picking a character that you resonate with, that you like something about their personality and shaping it and shifting it to yourself. Like who would I be if I existed in this universe, and how would I act and exist as this character? Still, I mean, you still have that integrity of being that character, but at the same time, you don't have to be canon. This is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be for everybody. So
Yeah.
that's what I take away from it.
See this? And she just started, right? And understand, by just starting means that she just started getting to the cosplay side of things. As a content creator, Regina has been around and she knows the game.
Yeah.
But with that being said, is there anything in particular or specific would you like to know about getting into the career side of things?
Well, I just started 2 years ago, like doing things on TikTok, and I'm like, I get super giddy and happy when I get like 130 likes on my video and like run around the house.
Trust me.
And you know, like I'm just kind of accepting like the way I look. I'm bigger, and you know, cosplays don't look right on me.
No, yes, they do.
Yes, they do.
Yes, they do.
Cosplays
And
look
that's
great
very
on you.
important, like to create space for like more voluptuous cosplayers, because like you can't say I can't do it because I don't look like that character, because it's like,
Well, I just figure I'm gonna make my own outfit
Yes.
the way I want
Yeah.
and the way I think that it's gonna look on that character.
and I love it on you.
That's the great mindset.
And you
to have.
give with it becoming a career, you're making room for other people that are in your same body type that are just like, I didn't want to do it, but I saw how she did it and it was amazing. So you're an inspiration to others. So you should do it because you didn't see people like you. So now you need to
And
you have to.
That's how you create your lane in a career. So right there is your answer. That's how I started particularly creating a lane. It was like I didn't really see too many black cosplayers. So when I started to cosplay, I was like, hey, I just want to cosplay but be myself, because I didn't want to do something I wasn't comfortable with. So I started cosplaying for representation. So the representation of each character was things that I enjoyed. So just like you said, you saw a character you like, but I will make the outfit, make it fit me in a way I like to portray that character. So do that, continue to share your content that way, and you'll be able to build a platform off that alone, because trust me, that's exactly what I did.
That's gonna get you views, that's gonna get you followers. And then as you grow, if you want to start looking at it from the perspective of partnering with brands and like getting, affiliates and stuff like that, it's like based on your content and your engagement and your numbers. And so since you're a niche, and so just start making sure that your hashtags match that. So start including that identity in your hashtags so that other people looking for it can find that and follow you and reshare. And also, once you come, do you already have a cosplay identity or name for your Instagram, TikTok, whatever?
Yeah, little bun cause.
Lil Bun Bun? Okay, so that's your brand. So make that a hashtag so that like when you start working with brands, all of your content is under that hashtag. So when they click on it, they'll be like, oh wow, she's got reels, she's got this, and they can easily look at that engagement and see that you're serious about it as a business. And so there's a lot of, there's a lot. Because marketing me is starting to come out. I'm like, I don't want to hop over you though.
No, this is the thing. This is the thing, because I know where Regina was leading to with that statement. So for ourselves personally, what we'll do is we'll create proposals. Those proposals will then be sent out to different brands and our different sponsors in which you'd like to work with. From there, you'll be able to communicate what you would like to provide them as a service. Because the one thing you don't want to do is reach out to any brand or any company and assume that they're going to give you something because, hey, I asked you for it. What can you provide them? That's the first thing you need to ask yourself. And after you figure out what you can provide them as a service, then they'll be able to assess that and be able to let you know what they can do for you in return. Now, that will come with compensation later on, but in the beginning, like for most of us, we start out with product deals. So they'll send you something, for there you create something for them. And as you grow, you'll start getting financial means, and those financial means is how you start getting into a career where you're getting paid to do what you love. So that's the lane, and that's how you go about it. Because I know Regina wanted to give you but I'm
going to add to it. I am going to give you the detail because that's what this panel is for.
And after that, we have a few questions from the lives.
Okay. Awesome. So with that, as you're creating and you're noticing your engagement, take record of those numbers so you can look and set goals each month for growing your followers, engaging with your audience, seeing what they want you to cosplay. And I would say create a media kit. A media kit is a very, very important thing as cosplayers for all of you. A media kit and a pitch deck. And so they're similar, but they have different purposes. your media kit you can send out to publications, you can send out to media outlets in your community, in your city, in town, to let them know you exist, to get coverage, so that you can get more eyes. It's like, hi, I'm so-and-so, I live in this city, I'm a cosplayer, this is what I do, this is my followers, this is, and like they may want to do a feature on you. In Houston, where we live, there's Great Day Houston, there's Houston Life. I've been on Houston Life as like in my nerd side, my day job as a stylist several times, just for putting myself together like that. So like, I'm a nerd everywhere, but still.
It's a part of the culture. It's a part of the
I'm
culture.
removing the part. I'm a celebrity stylist. So they reached out because I put together this kit where you can see like, oh wow, she's done red carpet. These are her, so that you got to do the same thing. Like, this is what I'm doing. This is my engagement. This is the kind of content I create. So it makes it easier. You do the work for them so that they'll want to work with you. It's like, oh wow, I don't have to ask what she's doing because it's very obvious. And I may want to do, as a journalist, I'll do a feature on you. Like they'll say, well, I'll do it. She already told me everything I need to know so that I can write my questions to do the interview. Moving on from that, so the pitch deck. So when you're working with brands and you want to initiate contact with them, a pitch deck basically says, like he said, this is the kind of content I'm creating, and this is how I see us working together. This is what I can create for you, but make sure you do your research. See how they work with other content creators and see what kind of content they're posting, what type of visuals. Are they looking for reels? Are they looking for TikToks? Are they looking for photos? Some of them just want photos and for you to post it because your page, your story, and your feed is just considered real estate. They want to buy real estate on there to get your eyeballs, get the eyeballs of your fans and followers. And so you think about your fans and followers and think, how would they connect with this brand? And then that's when you get to create and be like, wow, like I could create this storyline, I could create this cool photo shoot to get them engaged with this particular product. And so that's where the fun comes in. And when you hit them with the pitch deck, it's like, this is my idea. Or give them a sample, like a sentence, your old pictures, because you don't want to give them too much because then they'll go shoot it with somebody else.
Yes.
So you always have to protect the integrity of like, here's a little taste. See what I'm doing? Look at this. You want this. This is how I can see working with you. And they'll usually hit you back up. And they'll start off to begin with sponsorship in kind, which is where,
And that's
hey, we'll send you product if you'll do this, and you get free full-size product that you get to use. Pick brands that you want to work with. Don't pick brands that you're just like, oh, I'm creating for them, I have to do this, because it doesn't, over time, it becomes a drain on you. Like, you won't enjoy it anymore, you'll lose a creative sense. But when you pick a brand that's in alignment with who you are and your audience, like it works for you, it becomes a long-term relationship. And then you move from sponsorship in kind to, we're gonna send you product, we're gonna pay you, this is your rate, and it becomes a job. I mean, one of my other best friends, because this is my best friend for show, but she's a makeup artist she works with a lot of like hair brands, products, makeup brands. She works with a lot. I don't know the makeup world, but she works with a lot of the big brands just because she's been over years just building content, creating really cool stories, transitions of her just putting on makeup from blank face to beautiful face at the end, and just she loves it. And so she gets paid to do what she loves full time, stay at home mom with her kids, because she's a content creator. So it's possible.
So if there's
we have a few questions from the lives, so let's try to knock those out. First question is from G. Lovestein. It is what is your biggest pet peeve about the cosplay community?
biggest pet.
Let me take the gloves off.
You gonna let me get that? All right. So, biggest pet peeve about the cosplay community for me, it has to be the picking, or being so specific in everything in what you do. There is no such thing as like the character can only look like this, talk like this, dress like this. You can actually design characters in a way that you see them in your own light. But in the cosplay community, usually it's like, oh, that character doesn't have that color wristband, or why are you wearing it? It's like so minute where you won't even get the compliment before you get the insult. So you'll get like, you did this wrong, but good job. No, that's not how you're gonna approach the situation. If you like someone's cosplay, just say you like their cosplay and keep it moving. You don't have to nitpick. So that's my biggest pet peeve with that.
Yeah.
Okay, next question is, what cosplay was the toughest to execute in your opinion, and why?
You take that one.
full body paint. No body. I did
Oh.
Hades recently
Yes.
from
So good.
Lore Olympus, and thank you. It was, when I tell you, I had blue paint in areas I didn't know blue paint should go. I was like, okay, yeah, that was the one, but it took the longest amount of time because the details in what you have to do, so you don't have like any of your natural skin tone showing and whatnot. So.
Next question is directed towards Regina. How hard is it to put together a podcast, and what are some things that are required?
It is not hard at all. I highly recommend everyone that is interested in talking and creating an audience does it. It was very easy for me. You get a microphone, headphones, a laptop, or your phone. There's lots of podcast apps out there. Anchor. I'm on Anchor, iTunes, Spotify. It's really easy. Anchor, I feel like for me is the best because it basically opens up. It will take your podcast that you record. It makes it very easy, and it shares it to all the other platforms for you. It's super simple. Just have something you want to talk about and get a microphone and start talking. That's it.
Next question. What are 3 things a Black content creator must have in order for them to be successful?
We can both do this one.
Yeah, this is more along the lines of, first off, you have to be confident in what you're doing. That's the biggest thing. The second thing is you must utilize the education that you've been provided. That means being able to use your vernacular, being able to talk without being so aggressive in everything you say. Those 2 things are business-oriented things. But the third thing is to just literally remember why you're doing it. Remember that there's other individuals who are looking at you as inspiration to also do the same thing, because if you don't, then you'll do something like, oh, well, I don't want to do this anyway, and you may break someone's heart who's actually looking at you as a goal to achieve. So those are my 3 things.
My 3 things are discipline. This takes a lot of discipline. I've learned a lot about that from my brother, Todd. Dedication, because there's nights when you're tired and you want to go to sleep, but you have to get that content out there. You have to keep creating because this is your brand, this is your business. But I mean, at the same time, you love it and you enjoy it, but you can't slack. Because while you're sleeping, there's another content creator out there that's creating, that's up, that wants it, that's hungry. And you have to, separate, sometimes separating family and having a good schedule and being able to say like, hey family, this is work. Because for us, it's fun. Yeah. And they think that if they don't take it seriously, and you can't take that personal at all. Because it's like, why can't I go? Well, I'm getting paid to be here. I can't babysit you and entertain you, hold your hand and be caked up with a boo. Yeah. This is work. Like, we have to separate that and then come to work. And even though our work seems like play, it's really, this is a serious job. This is a career. It's work.
So we're going to move it back to the in-person audience, and then we'll answer some more live questions.
Okay, perfect. Anyone out there? Questions? Specific, either content creating based or cosplay?
Beginner. I'm going back to what you said. When you're just getting started, you said you offer the brand something.
Yes.
When you're just getting started, what do you have to offer?
Yourself.
You have so much.
Your creativity, your mindset.
Views, the eyes, you're trying to...
First thing to look at is the images you're putting out. That's the first thing, because the first thing people see is the image. Now, if you're putting out video with the images, you're able to, you're looking at something that's aesthetically appealing. Mm-hmm. So that means like transition videos, something that's gonna get you views. If you're getting views, mm-hmm. that means you have something to offer any brand, any sponsor at that moment. Now, if you only have images, it's not so much the likes. That's not what they're looking for. They're looking at how they can utilize your look on their platform. That's the biggest thing. So, like, prime example, Toga. So you can target the My Hero community and those individuals in the My Hero community and what they associate with. So you look at what they're already liking, the brands they're already associating with, and then you reach out to them. Like clothing brands, mm-hmm. makeup, cosplay brands that deal with wigs and things of that nature. And you'll be able to like work with them in a way I'll do this service for you as a way to market your product. And then they'll send you the product in which you will pretty much create content for them. And that'll be the beginning of the relationship. Now, any relationship can be broke at that moment, or you can grow with them, because just from my experience, you can wear a shirt, but that doesn't mean that's the shirt you're gonna always wear. And some brands don't understand that, so they'll get mad because, okay, you sent me this. I work with you as a way to give you exposure in that instance. But if you wanted longevity from that, that's when the financial means set in, because now you can't take away from those who are willing to pay you versus those who are just sending you things for free.
Yeah.
And so you really have to, it's kind of rough sometimes. Like I say, cosplay and content creating is not something that's like all fun and games. Like once you want it to be your career, there's gonna be people's feelings you hurt because you don't have the time. Not because you don't want to, you just don't have the time to like, hey, I wanna do this for fun, but they're gonna pay me to do this. So you're gonna have to pick and choose sometimes. So it's a hard thing. Even in the beginning, trust me. Any other questions?
So what places do you reach out to? You just look up like?
Honestly, I like Hot Topic. Reached out to Hot Topic, and Hot Topic sponsored me. There's not really anything to be a sponsor. Like the Nanosuke shirt you're wearing. Who made that shirt?
Hot Topic.
There you go.
Already.
You see it, you like it. Reach out to them. 9 times out of 10, most of these companies on the bigger platform already have ambassador links, sponsorship links, and then they have their marketing emails there. So you can reach out directly to them and be, like I said, have a professional standpoint. Like Regina just said, media kit, also having a deck already built. My thing is proposal letters also need to be utilized heavily, because proposal letters can be sent to DMs before the email is ever sent. So if you have a nice proposal and you follow up with a professional email, trust me, 9 times out of 10, you're in there.
Because at the end of the day, when you're reaching out to these brands, it's a business. So we're creators, but they're a business. So you have to shift gears and meet them at that same level of business, like with the proposals and everything, and being professional. Make sure to spell check, make sure you're concise, and that you're not just, I know as working with brands, that I'm not gonna read a long email that doesn't tell me anything. In that first paragraph, I need to know, what do you want, who are you? Include links to your social media, because if they have to like go research you, you've lost those eyeballs already. Make sure you include your links to Instagram, wherever you are, include it, because you'll think, I've introduced myself, they'll email me back. You want that call to action of, oh, here's my Instagram, here's this, where you can see more of my work. Please do that. So many creators miss out because they do not put that in there. And as a marketing person, I'm busy and I'm looking at hundreds of emails from different people, and you may be amazing, but if I have to go out of my email to click somewhere else,
Oh, yeah.
I'm done. Coffee. Where's my coffee? Like, I'm done. So on to the next email where there are links.
And to actually add on to that, because I didn't even think about that, it is very true. I've got my feelings hurt by companies I wanted to work with. I mean, I got my feelings hurt. They were like, yeah, who are you again? That is you know how hurtful that is when you introduce yourself like 3 times, they're like, yeah, but who are you? And it's like, oh, that's right, you don't know me. So when you have an opportunity to share who you are, like set it up every time. If I go somewhere, I'm like, oh, I'm Todd Wayy, man, check me out on Instagram, Twitter, this and this, at Todd_Wayy. I literally go by my social media handle so much now. It's like you do it without even knowing you're doing it, but it's a way for people to know who you are. So when you go out in town, people actually can recognize you and start building a relationship. Because no, we're not celebrities at that level, but you do want to build rapport with the community that likes your content. So,
Yeah.
any other questions? I know y'all got some real ones. For those who don't know, diversity panel later on tonight is right over here.
Awesome.
The beautiful
We actually,
cosplays.
yeah, in a couple of hours from now, that's a little bit further down. It's along Fort Whitford.
Now, how do you explain that this is actually a career opposed to, oh, you're just playing dress up? Blah, blah, blah.
That perfect question. There's a big difference between people. Because I really want to say this one. There's a lot of individuals who say they're content creators. They are not content creators. They just create content. A content creator has to put their blood, sweat, and tears into this. Where they're going to work a regular job, or they're going to put in entrepreneurship in order to still finance the things they do for fun until they can make it a career. Because the biggest thing with cosplay is not cheap. Showing up to conventions is not cheap. Room and board is not cheap. There's so many things you have to invest in to do this as a career. And being a cosplayer is not the most, I want to say, glamorous career to have. It's fun, but it's not the most financially stable career. Even at this point, even the most popular cosplayers aren't that financially stable. But if you can combine your cosplay with your content creating, by that I mean like working with brands, doing videos and things of that nature, you're able to get into marketing as a cosplayer, and then that will actually start the financial streams. And honestly, if it wasn't for Anime While Black here, I would still be lost in the sauce, to say the least. Yeah, so just being honest, bro. Any questions from the live?
Yeah, we got a few questions.
Yeah.
We
Let's
thought
see.
we were going to be talking to an empty room.
We were prepared to just stream this on Twitch
Yes.
and Instagram, and we're just like, okay.
Are there any
Vibe.
Black creators you would like to collab with?
Yes.
What?
Who's going to go first?
You got this, because we all want the same.
RDC World.
Yeah.
Yes. I would love to create with them because I've literally their sketches, how long they've been doing it. Like that's a prime example of like making a career out of
RDC.
Of being content creators, because that is like you can tell by the content that they create. They take the time to sit down, make the equipment, the camera, like you could see them evolve. If you've been a fan of them since anime gone bad, like when being an anime fan goes wrong or whatever, I forgot the title, but it's like 6 or 7 years old, and that's how I first started watching them, because I was like, this is hilarious. And their videos from there, just progressively got better and better. Their editing got better and better. Their storylines got better. I love the dynamic of them doing it as a group, so they all continue to go together. They create more than just cosplay content. They create weeb content, like just fun things about being. Yeah, because they're doing DC, they do Marvel, they do all kind of stuff.
They do like the NBA.
Yeah, exactly. And then from that, like when we went to DreamCon. Yeah, LeBron. Exactly. And they met LeBron. And so like through that, they've progressed the dynamic to where they're able to now, they mentioned at DreamCon, they a very large network is producing a show with them. They're writing it themselves. Mm-hmm. And so you've gone from online content to now TV content, streaming content. That's the dream. That's the goal for me. Like with Anime While Black, I'm creating a manga, like based on the our logo. It's more than a manga. It's a whole universe. It came out of being through being on lockdown during COVID and not knowing what the world was going to be like afterwards. I was like, what if it never changes? What if this is the beginning of the end? Y'all can check it out on the website probably next week. Well, you can start seeing the world and the characters, but on animewhileblack.com because then you'll be able to see the characters and just this progression. I think being a content creator is about creating something that people want to engage with and digest, and that's why we're all here. We love anime and weeb stuff that we want to embody it. We want to engage with it. We want to talk to other people about it. So I feel like that's when you know it's a career.
And RDC is definitely one of those. But
yes.
The one for me, because RDC is my number one. My number two is the individuals from pretty much Vader's crew. King Vader's crew has a nice collaborative. He does things on Netflix, and he's been creating content since Vine.
Yeah.
So when I look at individuals who go from shooting, like myself personally, TikTok videos, Instagram videos, to going over into shooting like film, like actual productions that are being seen on a larger scale, those are the individuals we want to work with, especially in the PLC community. Yeah, so I hope that was a good answer for you all.
Those are two.
Let's see.
Which we gonna do?
Here we go. Next question is, how do you feel about certain characters being over-sexualized?
Oh. Who asked that?
That's
so.
as someone that's dressed up as a character that is over sexualized.
Oh my God,
as a cosplay.
I was like,
Well, I exist as a person before this cosplay in a world. No, I feel like this is fantasy. So I feel like it's in a world where that can exist. I don't like when it's problematic, like over-sexualizing children and child characters. I don't like that. That kind of makes me very squeamish about it, because I feel like sexuality in that sense can be reserved for people who are of legal consenting age. If you are a legal consenting age, be sexy. If you want to walk down here naked, just like Samuel L. Jackson says, nobody better fucking touch you. But at the same time, for like the younger characters, it's kind of like it depends. It doesn't depend. I don't like it for kids. It's the design. I don't like it for kids. I don't like when there's the 12-year-old anime character with anime boobs. I don't like that. But then I also think about a lot of anime is made for young teen boys. Like when you're watching shoujo and shonen, it's like you have to realize we're not the target demographic. And when you're a teenager, you're full of hormones, and you can't remove sexuality from hormones, kind of. So, but
you have to take into consideration that on a cultural level, that's why if you look at most anime, it takes place in like high school.
Yeah.
It's always high school. It's always the 14 to 15 age range and older.
Yeah.
It's never younger. So when you see characters, even for isekais, when they're pretty much grown women, but it's like, okay, but then you'll have like a lolly. Someone that's like 7, 8 years old, but character is 300 years old. No, it doesn't.
I don't like that, because like as much as I love Bond, I'm just like,
Bond from 7
yeah, she's she's a baby. You're her mind or her baby body. Like I don't know. It's like
it's a tough answer.
It's
to
tough.
say the least, and
it's complicated.
It's just a complicated answer. We did our best.
We did our best.
All right. Any other questions from the audience?
Any questions?
Or engagement. If y'all want to say
Hey
things.
Todd, did you meet RDC World at Missouri?
Yes, he
Yes,
did.
I did. Yeah,
Yes,
so
he
that
did.
was the
Continuously sent it to me.
I'm sorry.
Damn.
Like he
And
said,
me. So I got those
he
texts
sent me a
too.
picture of Caleb. Pissed me off.
Oh,
Sent
that
me
was
a picture
like-
of
I got all of them.
wow.
and
I
then
got all of them.
he got like a sneaky leak picture of Vader, and I was like, okay, man, you got it.
Oh,
Stop
I have
it.
Not the sneaky link.
You know why I got the sneaky picture because she got the actual photo.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
but I did get on stage with
I have
RDC.
several pictures with Vader. I can send you those.
No, because they're like, sorry, I know we don't take a picture, but we gotta go. And I was like, okay, I understand.
Yeah.
Like, what quick picture? I was like, I got lucky.
Yo, you're good, man.
I'm in RDC, but it's just like,
You know what I just thought about?
When you got on the
Literally,
stage.
I didn't have to stand in line or nothing.
Actually, weren't you on the phone?
He was in the auditorium
you were in the
with us.
auditorium.
Yeah.
By the way, thank
I
you
wish
for
we
getting
had
me on
like
stage.
so we can put our pictures
members.
up. That would be kind of. But
If
I
we
mean,
had the projector,
could you
we
do
would be able
that
to
at
do
another con? Be like, this
Yeah.
is us at DreamCon. Like,
Well,
here's
yeah.
a slideshow.
Oh my God! Guess who just walked in, y'all? Don't try to hurry up and
And
calm
I-
down. Jordan, saying God Cosplay on Instagram. For those who don't know, she's also one of the judges here at WeaveCon. So look forward to the cosplay contest tomorrow. That's the homie, by the way. That's the homie. The one thing I do want to say though that we never touched base on is being a published cosplayer.
Yeah.
And there's published cosplayers right here in the audience. Raise your hand, strong. So this is someone who I met doing male modeling, and during his time in male modeling, he's also been doing Captain America cosplay. So over time, he's actually done more and more, and now he showed everybody the cosplay right now, bro.
Okay.
So yeah.
I'm a little shy and
Yeah, just try to do our part.
I appreciate it.
2 publications there.
And you had an interview with Fox.
Interview with Fox.
Thank
Yes,
you,
so
thank you.
doing his thing.
Thank you. Appreciate it, man.
Is there any questions? You're making eye contact with me. Like, what's going on here? You got a question? Like, it's just like the
Intense
mask
eye
and just
contact.
eye contact through the hair.
No.
No.
You don't. Honestly, there have been times that I've actually had to do a podcast with just my iPhone. And the audio on these things are really, really, really good. So I would say, like, go for what you know, like, and build from there. Like, don't let that stop you. You don't have to have the best. You can get better. And this is like from a Gary Vee thing too. Just do it. Like, it really, I love him. You just do it. And I'm so glad I did that because I was one of those people that was hung up on, I don't have the best this, I don't have this, I don't have this. But when I just started doing it, it was like, oh, okay, I can do it. I'll get it later. And I acquired the better technology later. But I'm so glad I have those earlier episodes because they enjoy those. A lot of my fans enjoy my first episodes before I got all high tech, when I was just doing Zooms during quarantine. So like, if you, whatever you're doing, somebody out there wants it just like you do. They want to see it. So I encourage you to do it. So I'm gonna check on you because I expect a podcast now.
And to be honest, like, for Anime While Black, before I ever met Regina, I never knew who Regina was. I saw the name, I was like, oh, it's cool, I want to check her out. So I had been trying to set up this meeting with her for like, maybe what, a year, almost, something like that. It was a long time, so.
It was a year.
It was a whole year.
Yeah.
It was a whole year before I actually met Regina in person. We sat down and did the podcast, and just watching her content grow. Like I'm telling you, it doesn't have to be the most professional in the very beginning, but as time goes on, our phones are so updated now. You can do so much with just a green screen and your phone. That's all you need most of the time. And to be honest, that's all you need. As long as you have internet.
I've done photo shoots for on my side as a photographer and a celebrity wardrobe stylist. I've done photo shoots, I've done videos that I've actually sent to brands just from my phone, and they were extremely pleased with it. So you can do it. Yeah.
Thank you.
And George's not saying it in the back, but y'all see this fancy scar I have on my head? Guess who showed me how to make this? Hey, there you go. Yeah, was there any other questions, or even from the live?
We have a few from the live. In your opinion, who are the top 3 problematic or toxic characters in anime?
Reddit. Reddit people have found me. So, what, a week ago, Todd told me a while back, he was like, you want to boost your followers? Get on Reddit. I was like, okay, and it did. And I was like, I was in a mood, and I was like, I can start off with a nice topic or start some shit. And I was like, problematic anime characters, go. And then I just left the chat. And they just were like, so.
For a week.
Problematic anime characters.
Who's your 3?
3. Usopp, even though I still love him.
Usopp? He a liar. Big nose liar.
Literally. Fish lips and a Jerry curl, but like,
But not fish lips and a cherry curl.
Give me an air horn.
Yeah. Let me think. Who else? I like
Toxic or problematic? That was the question.
I have a love-hate relationship.
I like him though.
Who?
Meliodas is problematic. You know
He
it.
is, but
He is.
cool
but I
though,
like-
little dude. He little.
Yeah, we'll talk.
That is a
It's
little
so
girl.
We'll talk
reversed,
about that. The
though. It's so reversed, though.
sexualization.
It's a little
Like
girl.
he's a tiny pervert.
I am not gonna say anything, but just know that I do not agree with you.
We're not gonna allow. Come in.
Come in.
Meliodas slander
More the
in
merrier.
this room. Come on in.
I'm looking for a different panel, sorry.
Oh.
Get out! You're disruptive.
Okay, that's fine.
Who else? What is this guy? Okay, I love Simon Brezhnev or whatever from Durarara. Love him. I'm black. I'm Russian. I did not like that when he's speaking in the English dub and in the Japanese version, they kind of make him speak very slowly and kind of like a big dumb kind of character. But when he's speaking Russian, I'm just like, yeah, like so I'm wondering, I feel like if they're making him speak that way, not to like kind of like take away from the character just to show his lack of language skills in Japanese, that he's not that comfortable. And then in the dub, they kind of translate it over so that it's like you understand that he's not comfortable and fluent in this language. But when his character switches to Russian in the English and in the Japanese version, he's very like, direct. He's almost a whole different person. Because you got, has anyone watched Regina?
Of course.
Okay, so yeah, so you know, like he has that other life with the Russian mafia kind of secret service thing. So like, so I have problems with him, but at the same time, I kind of understand him. What is it, Sister Crone?
Oh.
I feel like she could be so much more. She could be.
It's okay.
Sister, have y'all seen The Promised Neverland, to say the least?
Okay.
So Sister Crone is the sister.
Yeah.
Who is,
And she's just.
how do we?
She's
Just know that that's a problematic character.
It's a problematic character. And it's like there could be so much more to her, especially with that story and that storyline, her storyline. Because honestly, there's an old movie with Zoe Saldana called Colombiana. Sister Crone could be that, like just like this awesome mercenary character. Because like when they show her story, like her hard knock story, like her competing all through school and everybody not expecting anything from her because she's black, and she's making it, she's surviving this training, but then she gets there to the house and she's just a fucking idiot. She's being outwitted by kids. I'm like, close it. I'm just like, really, all these weapons and all this, you're the highest performing, you went through all that to be duped by some like Happy Meals. Like I'm done.
Oh my
I'm done.
goodness. Okay.
Little
My three.
Lunchables. Okay, your turn.
You called them Happy Meals.
Happy Meals.
Is she wrong though?
The snack pack. No, I'm done.
Argue with your mother. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, what you got?
Oh no, I'm just saying 5.
Oh,
until
5.
we're
Is
10.
this a
Yeah.
okay. Oh, our panel.
Yeah,
Wow,
it's
this
the
was
time.
good.
I didn't know that. Any other questions? It's
We
fine.
got one controversial question in the chat, and it's why can Sailor Moon beat Goku?
First off.
Yeah,
we're
you
gonna
had
get
that
into this.
one.
We're gonna get into
All the
this.
smoke.
We're gonna get into this.
And on that note,
I'm gonna be the percentage guy. Now,
Yes.
most Dragon Ball Z fans, and I am a Dragon Ball Z fan, but I'm also a Sailor Moon fan. I stayed up late nights watching Toonami. You
That's
feel
also
me?
Goku's problematic.
And that's
That's
also one of my most problematic characters is Goku. So love the question, and that's my number 1 problematic character. The reason I say Goku's problematic is because we all know him to be the strongest Saiyan.
he's a
right?
deadbeat dad.
But he is that's the thing too. It's the fact that Chi-Chi made it to where he could be a deadbeat, and Piccolo also picked up the slack anytime he left. So from him dying and coming back and becoming stronger and protecting the planet, it was the fact that he was only looked at as a planet protector and never a father. So they only look at him as a power scale character, and that's why when you bring up the subject of, Sailor Moon can be Goku, yes, Sailor Moon can, because remember, Goku can't be everybody in his own verse. He dies all the time. He's just either wished back or he has to attain a new level in which he's able to, surpass the individual villain at that moment. It's the whole thing from Inuyasha. Oh, I beat one big demon, here's another big demon. That's it, and you're still not getting the main character that is the main villain. I'm sorry.
To be fair. How old is the little girl Shishomaru was hanging around with again?
She grew up, and he waited till she.
Grooming.
Yeah.
We gotta wrap this up.
I said no, Inuyasha slander. No.
That was a
Shishomaru was not attracted to her as a child. So it was a father-daughter, uncle, yes. And she was always the one that was in love with Shishomaru. And so what he told her when she came of age in feudal era Japan, which is about 14, 15, 16 years old, where she can marry this 1,000-year-old man who's gloriously baking at 21. But
Oh my God.
he literally told her when she was like, I love you, I want to be with you and marry you. He was like, I'm going to send you over here with the humans. And if you feel like that's really what you want, come find me. And so she had to stay there with Lady Kaede, who somehow defies death. Like, this woman is not dying.
She's the real power scale.
Yes,
No,
Lady
she's
Kaede
still
really
alive.
is.
Even in Yashahime, I'm
Yes.
sorry, this is probably an anime subject right now. But this lady is still alive in Yashahime, and these children are
She's
I
literally
just-
grandma
I ain't
auntie.
spoiled.
But Ren came and found him. She was like, yeah, these humans, it's real ghetto over here in the village. I want to be out here in the wilderness with my boo. And he said, okay. And he busted down, and now they have the twins. So there you
Y'all
go.
keep having a question?
I guess so.
So there you go.
No. You have a question?
Oh, no.
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 On that note.
Oh, that's it? That's
That's
a wrap,
it.
y'all.
Yeah.
Thank
All
y'all
right,
so
thank
much
you
for
all
coming
so
out.
much for coming. Thank you. Follow Anime While Black on Instagram, Twitter,
TikTok?
Twitch, TikTok. Yes, Anime While Black.